Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are talking about all the series that I've read. So this is a video inspired by the many people on BookTube who have talked about their series and series that they need to complete and things like that. I've actually been working on my spreadsheet of every series that I have listed like on my Goodreads and things since last year sometime. It has taken me a while. I did take a couple breaks in the between, but you guys will see. I have a lot here. And so basically what I'm gonna do in this video is make this like our first video talking about my series. These are gonna be just book series. I do have separate sheets for manga and comics and graphic novels as well. So I think we will talk about those in a separate video because otherwise it would probably just be way too long. And let me know if you'd want me to really like dive into the series that I'm like currently reading. I've seen people, specifically like Becca from Becca and the Books, talk about like new series every year where they really dive into the series that they read the last year and things that they're DNFing now, things that they want to continue, series they want to focus on. And I think that's something that I might want to look into. But basically, I put this as part of my Cawpile spreadsheet. I have like at least 10 tabs on here of different things that I track throughout the year. And one of the things that I have been doing is the series tracker. And I had it started last year, moved it into this year as well. And I finally finished it this week. Yeah. We're gonna start with like the overall stats because I do have quite a bit here. I obviously updated it for everything that I'm currently up to. I'm in the middle of a couple different books that I think are technically first books in a series, but because I haven't finished them, I didn't put them in the spreadsheet yet. So let's start with the overall stats. And so basically, I have a total of 324 series. This is all of my series. Again, we will jump into maybe what I will want to change it to in like a future video, but this is every single series. This is everything from Goodreads. I want to say there was a couple series that like I probably read during my childhood, but I never actually rated on Goodreads, or I didn't like do more than like 1 or 2 books on Goodreads that I did not put in here because I wouldn't necessarily remember where we got to. But over 300 series. Yes. So this is why it took forever to go through all of my books. Of those series, I am 52% finished. And what this stat is actually made up of is the series that I've completed as well as series that I have DNF'd. Now, I will say if I started a series and I DNF'd book 1, like I didn't even finish book 1, I didn't put it here. This is if I at least finished 1 book in the series, potentially more books in the series, and then I DNF'd, usually either because I realized I didn't really want to continue the series anymore, or because some of these are like super old series now that I started back in my teens or something like that, and I realized that it's just like not my thing anymore. So I have finished 52%. The series that I have officially completed is 51. That does not sound like a big number when you realize that like I started 324 series. The series that I have DNF'd is 117. I have definitely DNF'd over double the amount of series that I have finished. I mean, that does make me feel good in the fact that like 52%, like I'm over halfway through the series, but I've only finished and like actually completed 51. I'm in the middle of 156. Like my current number of series right now, 156. Yes. So my total is a lot. My current number of series is a lot because like those are the ones that I said, I think I'm gonna finish these. Yeah, I am a series girl. I have said this I think before on my channel. I really do prefer series to standalones, but I am also horrible at finishing series. And now we have the proof. So that is like my overall stats. I did want to go through and just sort of like show you all the series that I have here that I have started or finished or, you know, whatever it is. So we're gonna actually, I guess, just put this as a like screen recording so I can just sort of show you. Okay, so jumping into my series tracker, like I said, this is part of my spreadsheet that I use for everything. You guys can see at the very bottom down here, I have like my reading stats, but actually if I like go over one more, I have the Cawpile sheet. I don't actually use Cawpile, it's just that I took this part of the spreadsheet from G from Book Roast, and then I put my own stats in there as well. I have then the reading stats, I have a habit tracker, a star reads section so I can see all of my reads in star order. I have my books bought part. I have a separate ebooks bought section now because I wanted to separate those. We talked about that in I think my last haul. I have a section where I track all the library books that I've borrowed, which I haven't really used this year. I have a shelf reduction section, which we also talked about in my book haul area. This is the series tracker, and then I have a manga tracker and a comic tracker. Again, we'll probably make a completely different video on those because we're gonna already talk about like 300 series today. Most of this spreadsheet comes from G from Book Roast. However, the things like the series tracker and the habit tracker and the star reads are actually from Allie from With Allie. I will leave both creators and any links I have linked down below for you. Basically, my spreadsheet is something that I have cobbled together from other creators and added my own tracking and stats that I wanted to track. So yes. Let's jump into it now that we've had that out of the way. This is my series tracker. I do have it starting with the author, just so I have all of the author's books together, then series title, the total number of books in the series. This could potentially change, what books I've read from the series. There is a progress bar on here, which I really enjoy, but like the number of books read only really goes up to 15 right now. And I think there's a couple series that are technically more than that, so like I would have to add more things in here to use the progress bar appropriately. And then we have the series status. In order for us to fit everything on one area here, I am going to hide just some of these extra books read numbers. It should not change anything else for our stuff because it is technically still here. We can always open it back up if we wanted to, but in order to see everything on one page, this is what we're going to be doing. Okay, so I did want to show you everything that I have here. I don't think I'm going to go through one by one and show you everything unless that is something that you would really want me to spend my time showing you. Maybe we'll just talk about like the series that I have officially completed that you guys can see all the ones that I've like officially completed. Obviously I'm going to show you everything up here so you can see things that I've DNF'd or things that are in progress. I only have 51 completely completed series though, so at least that's not as much. So starting off right here, everything is by author. The first series that I have officially completed is the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series by Douglas Adams. There were 5 books. Owen Colfer technically did a 6th book that was like sort of part of the series. I DNF'd that one because I just didn't think I needed it, but I did finish that series. I have also officially completed the Galactic Love series by Anne Aguirre, although I'm pretty sure she's currently writing another book that is supposed to be sort of in this world at least, but it's coming out like a serial for her newsletter subscribers right now, so we'll see. That might change, but for the things that are currently out, I did officially finish that. We're going to be moving on down to whatever our next completed one is. Oh, it's going to be the Magisterium series by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. This is a middle grade fantasy series with a magical school. It had 5 books. I really enjoyed it. I have also finished the Anna series by Kendara Blake that has 2 books. I actually didn't like book 2. I loved book 1. It was so good. So I sort of would like to treat the Anna series as a standalone and just have Anna Dressed in Blood as the only book. But I did finish it. It was only 2 books. I also completed the Faith series by Nikki Bolvere. I don't know if I could tell you much about this. I read it years and years and years ago. Moving down even more, I have finished the Revivalist series by Rachel Kane. That is 3 books. It was great. This is another one that I read years ago, like before I started booktube or anything like that. It is zombies, but in a really interesting, cool way. Moving down even more. Oh, Cassandra Clare. Okay, we have a few different ones from here now. I have finished the Mortal Instruments series, the Infernal Devices series, the Dark Artifices series, and then I'm in the middle of like all the other ones, although I did DNF the Chronicles of Castellane series. unless I somehow decide I need to listen to it on audiobook or something, but I'm not going to be buying those books. Moving down even more, I did finish the Reluctant Royals series by Alyssa Cole. I have 3 books listed because I am not somebody that usually lists and has to read prequels or novellas. So this series did have 3 novels as well as 2 novellas. I read the novellas as well, but I only on my sheet counted the 3 novels. I did finish that series though. I also have finished multiple times actually the Artemis Fowl series by Owen Colfer, one of my favorite middle grades. I like literally grew up with this series. Moving down even more, I've officially completed the Well Met series by Jen DeLuca. However, book 5 is going to be coming out later this year. It has officially been announced. So I just updated it saying there are now going to be 5 books in the series and I'm officially caught up. I think that will now say that I only have 50 series completed, but it was completed until she decided to write another book. But I am so excited because I love the series so much. So now we're going to be scrolling down through a lot of in progress and DNF'd books. And I have officially completed the Night Huntress series by Janine Frost. Not so much the other books in that world, but at least that first series of 7 books I did. Moving down even more, I officially finished the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series by Jenny Han. I also finished the Royal Trials series by Tate James. Here's a few more. I finished the Iron Fae series by Julie Kagawa, although I am technically in the middle of the second series, which is Call of the Forgotten. I have finished the Grimbod series by Kimberly Karelias. It was 2 books plus a novella. I read all of them. Then I have also finished the Illuminae series and the Aurora Rising series, Aurora Cycle series by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I've read and completed both of those. Let's continue going down even further. Like, I feel like I'm scrolling so far. I've officially finished the Starflight series by Melissa Landers. Again, going down a little bit further, I officially finished the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis. I think I read that middle school, maybe high school at the latest. Then I have finished the Black Trans Fairy Tale series by S.T. Lin. I will specify this author is not Black. So go into it knowing that when I first picked it up, I did think the author was Black. There's a reason for that. The author was trying to play it off that way a little bit. The first one was my favorite. The other 2 were okay. They're novellas where they're fairy tales, but the main character is Black and trans, so just keep that in mind. Let's continue down. I have finished the How to Hang a Witch series by Adriana Mather. I absolutely love these books, and I am so mad that there's only 2. I feel like it left it with it open enough where we could have had more books in the series, and we haven't yet. So I would love for this to change and for it to be in progress and not just completed, but I absolutely love those. Going down even more, okay, we have a couple more here. I have finished the Vampire Academy and the Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead. I actually started the Bloodline series last December and finished them in like January. That is the quickest I have done a series in such a long time. I was so proud of myself. Then I have also read and finished the Twilight series by Stephanie Meyer. I also read that Midnight Sun and the Life and Death and things. I did not count those. That's not the main series to me, but I have read those as well. They were not nearly as good as what I remember Twilight being. I also tried to do a reread of it like last year or the year before, and I didn't finish it. Let's continue. I have finished the Chaos Walking series by Patrick Ness. That is actually one of the series that I like marathoned back in the day. I could not put it down. And then we have Captive Prince by C.S. Picot. I have read all of those. I've also read the Forgotten series by Kat Patrick. That is a series from like the early 2000s, I want to say. It's been a while. I've also finished the Remember Me series by Christopher Pike. Moving down, I've also finished the Midnight's Crown series by Ripley Proserpina, which is going to be a like Why Choose Paranormal series. I also finished the Chaotic Orbits series by Beth Revis. That's the one with Full Speed to a Crash Landing, and I actually read all 3 of them last year. So again, I read those very quickly, not as quickly as the Bloodline series, but I was so happy I finished it in 1 year. Then I have also finished the Heroes of Olympus series. Besides the fact that Rick Riordan has been writing more Percy Jackson books, I would have had that finished as well, but I have not read the new ones yet. I've also finished the Jacoby series by William Ritter, as well as Deltora Quest and Deltora Shadowlands by Emily Rhoda. I've also finished the Sorcery of Thorns series by Margaret Rogerson. This one is a slightly different thing because like technically it is 1 book and 1 novella, but they are part of a series and I have read them both. So even though like it would almost be a standalone if I didn't count the novella, I did put that in here. But yeah. I have also completed the Cascade series by Rebecca Royce and the Shades of Magic series, as well as the Casti Blake series by V.E. Schwab. Technically there is a spin-off to Shades of Magic, but it's called something else and I haven't read that book yet, so I did not put it in here. Let's continue even more. Here we go. I have finished the Forbidden Games series by L.J. Smith. And last year I finished the Tainted Accord series by Kelly St. Clair. That one took me a little while to read, but I did finish it. An older series that I definitely read when I was in high school, I finished the Kathy Vickers Trio by Sean Stewart. There's actually a few authors for this. It's one of those book series that has like a bunch of like paper goods in it, and I loved it. I've also finished the Books of Fairies series and the Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. We also then have the Fear Street Saga Trilogy by R.L. Stine. I've read a lot of books by R.L. Stine, especially before Goodreads, like in elementary school, junior high, that kind of thing. And so there might have been other books that are in a series that I have finished, but I know for a fact I finished the like first 3 books of the Fear Street Trilogy, so like I did do that. I've also finished the Rock Hard Beautiful series by C.M. Stunich, as well as the Adamson All Boys Academy series by the same author. It's just down further. Let's continue down. The Lord of the Rings series by J.R.R. Tolkien. I have definitely read that. I used to read that like once a year when I was in high school and college. Like I read that a lot. Continuing down even more. Oh, we're almost at the bottom. Looks like we have 2 left and they're both by the same author. I have finished the Ugly series as well as the Peeps series by Scott Westerfeld. So yeah, as you can see here, there's a lot, and there's a lot. I have it all color coded. There's a lot of blue, there's a lot of red. Red is the DNF stuff, blue is the stuff that's in progress, and as we went up here, I'm still 52% finished is what it says, even though I did have to technically change my Well Met series to not completed anymore because we're gonna get a new one. Like, I'm so excited. But yes, this spreadsheet could look a little bit overwhelming, and so that's part of the reason why I just wanted to talk about at least the books that I've completed so far. Let me know if you would like to see like the series that I've DNF'd. I do think that could be intriguing. Potentially we have over 100 here. And then I do also want to know, like, how would you do this? I am thinking that maybe in the future, maybe we only want to see book series that I've completed or are in progress, because some of these book series that I've DNF'd are actual series that I started years ago, like high school, college, maybe even before then potentially. I don't know exactly how many series I've added to Goodreads that were like from way back when, you know what I mean? And there's series that are years and years and years old that I'm just never going to read because they are years and years and years old. So I'm thinking potentially after we get maybe the DNF video out of the way, let me know if you actually want to see that. Maybe I will change the tracker for like in 2027 with only current series and in progress series. And then that way, every year I would be sort of updating what I'm currently trying to finish. And then maybe if I DNF a series that year, I would have it available. But I do think having over 300 series on one spreadsheet is a little bit much. But yes, I just wanted to show you, I have finished my spreadsheet. We have my entire series tracker now, and it's a lot. I wish my total number of completed series was more than 50, because right now it's a very nice round 50. But on the other hand, like I said, at least I'm 52%, over half of the series that I have pretty much ever started, I don't have to worry about anymore. Like, at least I'm not 30% finished. You know what I mean? Like, I like that idea. I don't like the idea that I have over 150 series that I'm technically still in the middle of that I want to finish. So I think that means one of the goals that I need to make for this year is trying to finish more series. I don't know if I should pick a number and see if I can hit that from now until December. I mean, it's already March, middle of March pretty much right now, but let's just say like maybe like 10. That's almost a series a month right now. Like, let's see if maybe I can up it to like 60 completed series by December, because yeah, like I said, I'm already in the middle of some books, and I think like 2 of them are technically more books that are like starting series. I'm also in the middle of another book that's like the 4th book in a series, so at least I'm like continuing that way. But yeah, I've started 300 series. I'm in the middle of half of them basically. Okay, that's enough rambling, because now I'm just like staring at my numbers and trying to come to terms with my life. That's gonna be it from me today. Again, let me know, there's a couple things that I asked you, how we should handle DNFs going forward, but also if you wanna see the actual DNF series, like if you want me to talk about them, just let me know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye.